Katrina Haynes from Haynes & Associates. You're about to watch a brief snippet from one of my webinars. I'll be back when it's over to give you more information. Enjoy. We're going to start with the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion. And before we really get into the meat of this session, I always like to give some terms to level set. This is for the entire session. First of all, an expatriate, generally speaking, an expatriate is anyone who leaves their home country to go to another country. So for the purposes of this session, we're talking about US citizens or green card holders that are working or living outside of the United States in a foreign country. So an expatriate can be anybody going from one country to the next, but we are talking about US citizens and green card holders because US citizens and green card holders have a requirement to file a full year US tax return and pay tax on their worldwide income, even if they're living and working overseas. So foreign country, for the purposes of this conversation, is any territory under the sovereignty of a government other than the United States. So when the IRS or when the instructions to tax forms are referring to a foreign country, that's what we're talking about. So any taxpayer that's living and working in a U.S. possession or a territory is not considered to be living in a foreign country. So anyone who's in Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Guam, those taxpayers are not considered to be living or working in a foreign country. They may have different filing requirements. They may be required to file with the IRS. Some of them are, some of them are not, but we're not discussing them when we're talking about foreign countries. Two other concepts that we need to be clear about, just because it will impact some of the things that we're going to discuss as we go through the rest of the session. The tax home is generally considered to be where the taxpayer has their regular or principal place of business or their regular place of abode in a real and substantial sense, versus the domicile, which is the taxpayer's fixed permanent home. So the tax home is where you come back to at the end of every day, and your domicile is where you always intend to come back to, even if you're gone for a long absence. The domicile has to do with your intent. Tax home has to do with your actions. So I mentioned this example before, but I was living and working in India for an extended period of time. So my tax home, but I still had a home in the US. My tax home remained in the US, even though I was domiciled in the US, but my tax home shifted from the US to India for that period of time. When I became a tax resident and had a taxable presence there, Switzerland. Thanks for watching. For more information on this and other webinars, you can check the description box, or you can visit me on my website, www.hayneshelp.com. Thanks again for watching and for letting Haynes help you.